I don't want to talk about skincare products.
Okay, what do you want to talk about?
I wanted to talk about adulthood.
Adulthood?
I want to talk about adulthood.
In what sense?
The pros and cons. Like, when you're little.
Just like in general.
And in general.
Yeah.
Because the other day we went to Toys R Us. We had a ride. And it just made me think, when I was little and in Toys R Us,
Yeah.
I was like, wow, when I'm older and I have freedoms, I can do so many things with those freedoms. Like, I can make a marshmallow and peanut butter sandwich and eat it whenever I want with no consequences.
You did that
and
the other
then
day.
and then I did that the other day. The consequences were I felt like shit.
And who told you about the consequence before
You
ate
did.
it? I did.
So I don't know. I thought it would be fun to talk about like things that you were really excited about when you were little, and now that you have the freedoms of adulthood, are they still that exciting? Like, what are the things that have panned out?
Honestly, the first thing I can think of isn't even something that I was excited about as a kid, but just how much you were lied to as a kid about the realities of life.
Like, what do you mean?
Where do I begin?
I started with, like,
first
I would
thing,
just like to
no
say,
one told me shit about taxes. I don't know how. I still don't really know how taxes work, why I pay them, where they go. The second one, I remember in high school being told that this shit's not going to fly in university. So much shit flies in university. You can do whatever the fuck you want. You don't even have to. Homework is stupid. You don't have to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Tests are kind of like you show up. You don't even have to go to most classes. I know that was a different experience for you.
Yeah.
But the classes I did, which were just bullshit Bachelor of Arts classes, you don't have to go to econ, and you can still get an A.
I think that varies in the major that you have.
Number 3.
Okay, you're still going.
Everybody's just fucking winging it. Everybody's winging it. Everybody's winging it. And I remember
That's
I
a
didn't
great
have
t-shirt with like
everybody's just winging it, or everybody's winging it.
Yeah, but then have like 2 chicken wings
A
floating.
little chicken, like buffalo chicken wings on the side. Yeah,
if we had a chicken wing restaurant called Everyone's Just Winging.
Everyone's winging it.
And we'd
Everyone's
have-
winging it. That's a good idea actually.
Yeah.
But anyways, but like when you're a kid, you think of adults as these godlike beings that have professions and they are incredibly intelligent at their thing. But think about how many people who are professionals at something, and then you work with them and they are doing their profession and they're just really bad at it, you know? And I think as a kid, you go into university and life after school with the mindset of you better know what you're going to do and you better study hard for it and blah, 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 blah. It's not how the real world works. You know how many jobs I've had that I didn't study for at all? And I still got paid.
But then again,
You know?
I think that depends on what you want to do. And I think that the
absolutely.
mindset that they teach kids is for a very particular stream. Like if you want to be a doctor, you have to study a shit ton. You got to ace everything. You got to
Yeah, but
show
the
up.
reality is most people are too dumb to be a doctor, myself included.
I know, but maybe they're just optimistic and they want everyone to be doctors. Like, why not demonstrate that path
I'm not saying
as opposed to drop out of
that
school?
you shouldn't try to be a doctor. That's not a good path to motivate people to go down. But in my life, it was the only path that was presented. Mm-hmm. It was, you're going to be something incredible that makes a lot of money, or you're just kind of a piece of shit. That was my presentation in school. I don't know what yours was, yeah. There wasn't a medium path or a alternative path. It was just, you're going to be one of these you're going to be a doctor, you're going to be a professional athlete, you're going to be something that makes $300,000 a year, or you're just going to no one's going to give a shit about you. That's how life was presented to me throughout school. But anyways, I didn't mean to go down this negative path. Let's go back to Toys R Us.
No,
So,
for example, I would just like to acknowledge that my example was I made myself a marshmallow sandwich the other day, and my 6-year-old self would have loved that, and you're just like, the world's a lie.
Let's think about what my 6-year-old self.
My world's a lie. That's what you turn that into.
What's something that I do that 6-year-old me would love?
And play Mario Kart all the time.
6-year-old me didn't really care about video games. I think just freedom.
Mm-hmm.
You just do whatever the fuck you want. You know? Spend your money on what you want.
And what's like the pros and cons of that?
The pros and cons of that is that you can spend your money on whatever you want. That is a pro and a con.
Mm-hmm.
It depends on how good you are at restricting yourself and willpower and discipline. And I feel like you got to fluctuate. You know, you got to have a little bit of fun. You got to be a little bit disciplined. But I think one of the big pros is that it is a pro and a con. The fact that you can spend money on whatever you want, and you kind of learn the pros and the cons of that. But I don't really know off the top of my head. I can't think of something that when I was a kid, I went, I can't wait till I'm an adult so I can do this thing. Probably because throughout high school, my mother was very relaxed in terms of what I did. And I kind of had a lot of freedom. I could kind of do whatever I want. I didn't really have a lot because I didn't really do stupid things that often. So she trusted me to do. Like, my house was the house that everyone came back to at 3 a.m. after the party. And we didn't have to be quiet because my mom just didn't care. She's like, yeah, go do your thing. Because I think her mindset was they're going to do it anyways. So I'd rather them not lie to me about it. So she just kind of let us do whatever. I could come and go as I please. There was one rule: don't do drugs in the house. That was the rule. I didn't. I never did drugs in the house. I didn't. I've never done drugs. I've never done drugs. I don't really do drugs. Yeah, I don't do drugs. I didn't do drugs, period. I wasn't none of that. But anyways, I'm still going off track of the adult thing. Freedom is definitely the pro that I think, regardless of what the specific is, most kids want. You have the freedom to make as many marshmallow peanut butter sandwiches as you want, even if they make you feel like shit. Mm-hmm. Yeah. You know?
Yeah.
Was that the answer you're looking for?
I guess.
Not really. I went off track. I think it's because I don't really have one. No. I'm searching for an answer. I don't really have one. There's a lot of cons with being an adult, for sure.
Yeah.
Fucking taxes.
you already talked about that one.
I hate taxes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't like taxes.
I'm fine with them now because I have an accountant. Before that?
No, I don't like the concept of taxes. I don't mean paying. I also don't like paying them, but I just think it's stupid.
Yeah.
Yeah. I wish there was a way where when you did your taxes, you could like pick and choose where you want your taxes to go. Or at least, even if it didn't end up being exactly like that, if it was just like hey, you're probably not going to do it, but I would prefer if you use my taxes to fix the potholes.
Yeah.
You know, or I'd prefer for you to put it towards homelessness. Or I'd prefer to, but you just like,
just give it away.
Into the ether. It's kind of like you're a parent and the government's your kid and you're giving them an allowance and you don't know what the fuck they're going to do with it. They're probably going to go buy candy or something stupid. And that's what they usually do.
Yeah.
Yeah. They make ugly metal ball sculptures off the white mud. I don't
mind those. It's better than the circle in Calgary.
They're both dumb. Why does there have to be one that's better than the other?
I actually like the balls.
You like the balls?
I think they're fun.
What do you like about them?
I don't know. I like the shape of them. I like that they're stacked.
Wow.
I like that they're reflective.
True art critic here.
What I don't like about the circle is that it's stupid.
So are the balls.
Yeah, but at least they're shiny. They catch your attention.
They have a fence around them. Because people are dumb.
Well, now. Because someone fell in and lived in it.
But it's objectively, there's so much cool art. There's so much cool art. Mm-hmm. Imagine what you could do with $1 million in an art project. You can make something epic. And they're like, you know what? We're going to make some shiny balls and we're going to put them in a stack. It looks like, you go into Walmart and then there's those big things that have the bungee cord jail bars and there's the big balls in the middle. That's what it looks like to me.
So maybe it was that artist trying to make us remember our young years. Going to the store,
think that artist
trying to buy a ball.
Probably 50% of that $1 million. They probably got 500,000 of that, and they're laughing right now. I think they're at home going, "That's kind of funny." Like that. There's an artist that did an an invisible statue. Have you seen that? There was an artist that did an invisible statue and he sold it for like $15,000, and it was literally a pedestal with nothing on it. It was a real thing. I saw it. It was an art. I think it was. I don't know. It was some art gallery, but it was like an artist thing. It was like, so somebody spent. It was probably money laundering, but somebody spent $15,000 for literally nothing.
Well, they got a pedestal.
I don't even know if they got the pedestal. The pedestal probably belonged to the museum. Art kind of pisses me off. I love art, but it also pisses me off. Adult, you can buy art. You can kind of buy art when you're a kid.
Yeah, well, you can make art.
You can make art.
I loved making art. Yeah. I loved finger painting.
I never really
and anything where I got really messy gave me a lot of joy.
I was never really into messy stuff. I like dinosaurs.
I love dinosaurs. I have so many dinosaur books.
You still like dinosaurs?
I love dinosaurs. I think dinosaurs are the best thing that ever happened ever. If there was, I love them so much. If I could have a velociraptor right here, right now, would do it. And I'm in the false belief that it would love me unconditionally.
Let's objectively look at what owning a velociraptor.
So in my mind, just hear me out. Here's my dream.
Okay.
Here's my 6-year-old dream. My velociraptor would be a mix of attitude-wise, of a golden retriever.
Okay, so
no. Attitude-wise, my velociraptor, attitude-wise, would be a mix of a golden retriever, a pit bull, and a horse. So, it would be my best friend. It would protect me, and I could ride it places. That's my dream.
Okay, but I was saying objectively, having a velociraptor, where would you put it?
I would build it like a stable.
A stable?
Yeah, like a horse.
You think it would stay in the stable?
No, but I'm saying that kind of concept. I would make sure that it'd have a nice little house outside.
Would it have a saddle?
Well, I think that's more of a skill question on my part. Could I ride it without one?
Because I think about the Jurassic Park where Chris Pratt trains the velociraptors.
Okay. I don't believe in the Chris Pratt Jurassic Parks. I like the original.
You don't, believe it happened? Or you don't believe...
I just don't support them.
Oh, wow. That's a good movie.
I don't know. I haven't seen it. It's kind of...
Technical difficulties. You were talking about dinosaurs.
I was. And if I were to have a pet dinosaur, it'd be a velociraptor. Because in my mind, they're a mixture of a dog and a horse. So they would be your best friend.
Incorrect.
They would be your best friend. Plus, you could go so fast places.
They're a combination between a chicken and a crocodile.
No.
Yes.
Why a chicken?
Well, chickens technically are dinosaurs.
Doesn't matter.
It matters. Crocodiles are also technically dinosaurs.
Oh, yeah.
Not technically in the sense of they're not under the species realm of dinosaurs, but they existed in the time of dinosaurs. Golden retrievers last 1,000 years, maybe.
I know, but we don't know the mindset of dinosaurs. We don't know the psychology behind them. And I would like to think that a velociraptor, if you trained it, would love you as much as a golden retriever.
If we were to... So you can get something extremely close to a crocodile. You can get monitors, you can get lizards, you can get snakes. We could buy within the hour. We could own a snake.
I don't
within
want a snake.
3 hours, because we probably have to drive out of town a little bit. We get a chicken, and if we own both of those things, which existed in the time of velociraptors, that would probably be a good example of what owning a dinosaur would be like, or at least the closest that we could get to understanding it. So what I'm saying is that there's no reason to think it's going to be like a dog.
And what I'm saying is that there's no way of you knowing that. And could you imagine having something that's also like a dragon?
This is a science versus God situation right now.
No, because there's no way of knowing the mentality of it.
No, there's not. But I'm just saying that's
in my mind, it's proven that velociraptors were pack animals. So in my mind, maybe you're right. They're not golden retrievers. They're huskies. And they'd pull my sleigh places. So in that sense, we would need two. So when we're not home, they could play with each other. I'm just saying
there is something that exists today.
So there's a high-pitched noise. It's our neighbor's shower. Whenever they take a shower or
I
have
like
water, it sounds like that.
Fucking apartment buildings. Anyways, what I'm saying is that today, right now, there's a thing that exists that we could own that is very closely
different.
related.
Like a chicken's brain is not a velociraptor's brain. They can open up
wasn't even gonna
doors.
say a chicken. What can open doors?
Velociraptors. They're very smart.
They don't know what doors are.
Yet.
How do you know it can open a door?
I don't know. I saw it in Jurassic Park.
The movie you hate?
No, I love it.
The original ones.
I love the original ones.
Okay.
And I like the new one with Jeff Goldblum.
That's the one that has Chris Pratt in it.
Chris Pratt has been in a couple. Jeff Goldblum's. If Jeff's in it, it's good. If I see Jeff Goldblum in something, I think that's probably a good production.
Good. But, okay. So, all right. Sure.
No, I'm saying if we lived in a world where dinosaurs are, that's also a dream. So in my dream world where there are dinosaurs, my dream is that velociraptors would have the mentality of a golden retriever or husky.
Okay.
And would be chill with you riding them around because they loved you so much.
I think we should,
and they would fight your enemies.
I think we should get a lizard.
So
or a reptile of some sort, and I think you should see if you can get it to behave like a puppy. And if you can, I'm on board for your theory.
Well, I think that they would love you.
I've had reptiles.
Yeah. They crawl around you and
Love's
stuff.
not the word. They tolerate you. You know what it's like?
A cat?
It's like Mr. Kitty. Mr. Kitty's a reptile. Mr. Kitty is a crocodile.
He's a crocodile?
Yeah, because if you feed him, he loves you. If he doesn't know who you are, he might try to bite your face off. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's why we love Mr. Kitty.
But is there a dinosaur that you would really want in your dream world?
If I had to pick a dinosaur?
Yeah.
I do think Velociraptor would probably be one of the better choices because...
It would be like a puppy and a horse.
Because I feel like having one of the big ones would be annoying.
Like you don't want a Stegosaurus?
I definitely not a Stegosaurus. I'm talking like you'd want a T-Rex or something. Why would you want a Stegosaurus?
I don't know,
for
they're cool.
Shade in the summer? They got the big shells on their back. I feel like, or one of the ones that flies. Yeah,
Pterodactyl?
that's what I would want.
You know,
or just a big bird. There used to be massive birds. You can fly around on a big bird because technically birds are dinosaurs. Birds are one of the only. We should know this because of Gerald. Birds were one of the only things that survived the mass extinction of the dinosaurs. Birds and mammals.
Alligators.
Well, reptiles. Birds, reptiles, and mammals, I think, are the three main things that came out. And amphibians. But I think amphibians came after. I don't know. We should look into that because I feel like that's part of the
lore.
But anyways, Velociraptor is a good pick because I feel like it's kind of like a horse. It's like a vicious horse.
See?
Yeah. I still think it's going to eat your face off the first chance it gets.
Yeah, but some people own tigers. Some people have pet tigers.
Not a good idea.
Doesn't mean that it doesn't work.
I feel like owning a tiger, well, people have done it, obviously. With big cats, the people who are able to have them are the people who raise them from birth. Because then they know who you are and they see you as like a family member. But I don't think you can just, like an adult tiger or anything like that, like adult lion or tiger, you can't just adopt it.
Remember, this is back when we found out, I forget which king it was, but it was one of the kings of England was gifted a polar bear. And it would put it on a leash and just let it fish out of the river.
If I had to guess, I would say that thing was just one injection away from that thing was so drugged.
Why?
Because that's how they...
Could it do it? I think that was like 1607 or something.
It's rare. It's I shouldn't say it's more rare now because of animal rights stuff. But you used to be able to go to Asia and just like pet tigers. I think you still can. The tigers, they're full-grown tigers. They are so high, and that's how they make them dormant, so you can go pet it. Yeah, so I'm sure the polar bear is the same situation. You can, if you drug anything enough, you can pet anything.
But could you just imagine it in like a little cat harness walking up to the lake?
A polar bear?
Yeah, so excited.
Polar bears, fishing. I don't 100% know, but from the little knowledge I have, I'm pretty sure polar bears are the one type of bear where they will hunt humans. The like grizzly bears, black bears, if they're like starving, they might fuck with you, or if they are scared, they'll try to get away. Polar bears they'll eat you. They will see you from a distance and go, I want to eat that, and they'll come after you.
Yeah, but unfortunately, I think last year and the year before that, there was a grizzly that killed a lot of people, and people can't really explain it.
It happens. It definitely happens. Bear attacks happen.
Yeah.
But polar bears are if you see a grizzly in the wild, you can kind of just stand there and watch it. It's not gonna, it doesn't, there's so many videos of grizzly bears just walking right past people and just not giving a shit. Like, it's just, they don't, for whatever reason, they don't really see us as, though. Why?
Well, because there's been a lot more reports. I'm just talking about last year.
Is this a grizzly bear conspiracy?
Well, no, just last year outside of Banff, and then the year before that. And it's that thing that's really sad, because when it happens, mountain police have to find it and shoot it and kill it so it doesn't keep killing more people or reproduce and have that. Is the right term like bloodstream or bloodline, that they're used to killing people kind of thing? But that's why they kill them after it's happened. But there's two instances where there was a campsite where it just killed everyone at a campsite, which is quite rare. Very rare.
So a fatal grizzly bear attack occurred in September 2023 in the Red Deer River Valley area of Banff. Yeah. Killing 2 experienced hikers and their dog. I remember hearing about this. Yeah. The attack was predatory, and despite the precautions, including use of bear spray is bullshit. I mean, I'd rather have bear spray than not have it if that was my only thing. But imagine there's a bear running at you and you're spraying it with like a little nozzle. Just doesn't seem like a good, bear attacks can happen even to those who are well prepared.
This predatory means that it was
hunting them. It went after them. Yeah, but there's so many videos. Like, there's one that's showing right here. There's so many videos of people being super close to bears.
I know, but I guess my argument is that for some reason they've become more predatory. Predatory? Well, in the past couple of years, I've heard more things about bear attacks than previously. And it's something that people are more cautious of now. Because I think they used to be more relaxed, but maybe there's something in the food.
It might be because there's more people hiking. I remember a couple of years ago, it was illegal to hike by yourself in Banff. And you get a fine for it because there's so many bears. Maybe it was that 2023 season. Yeah. It might, I think it was a little bit longer, like a little bit earlier than that. But I remember it was, you could get a fine for just going hiking by yourself because there's so many bears. Bears scared. I'm more scared of, I remember when I used to go surfing a lot, my dad would like tell me to beware of sharks and stuff. I'm so much more scared of hiking than surfing from attacks. Yeah.
There's how so often are shark attacks in Tofino?
In Tofino, I don't think there's ever been one in Tofino.
Really?
Shark attacks are so rare. I forget.
In Canada, I know that they're...
Shark attacks are... The only reason shark attacks are what they are in terms of the mentality around them...
Is Jaws.
Legitimately is because of Jaws. Before that, it wasn't... it was a thing, but it wasn't something that people were terrified of.
Do shark attacks compared to bear attacks?
So shark attacks... number of brown bear encounter fatalities... what is this? So it says, it doesn't really say the year, but so brown bear 84, black bear 78, shark 37. So not even half compared to brown bear.
And is brown bear grizzly, or is that something else?
A brown bear is essentially a massive grizzly bear. It's like a big grizzly bear.
Really?
I don't know the exact distinction.
I've never really heard of a brown bear.
Brown bear versus
grizzly.
Brown bear.
Do you know what's good?
Grizzly bear.
What is it?
Grizzly. How the fuck do you say?
Bear Paw Brewing has a beer called Brown Bear, and it's so good. Or is it? It's grizzly, and it's a really yummy beer.
So.
And then there's a rare white bear.
So that's a Kodiak. Look at that thing. Look at that unit.
So is that a
And that's a
brown bear?
grizzly. This is a Kodiak bear. So this is like if you go to Alaska.
Oh,
There's massive. Those are brown bears, and this is a grizzly bear.
so brown bears are only in Alaska?
I think they are.
So for us, we only have grizzlies and black bears and the occasional polar bear if you go far enough north.
So yeah, brown bear territory they do exist in Alberta and BC, but it's more Alaska and the Yukon and up north. We in the mountains here, there's tons of grizzly bears. There's a lot of grizzly bears. On the island, on Vancouver Island, there's only black bears. There's no grizzly bears.
Yeah.
Every now and then, there's been like a sighting of one on an island or something from them swimming across to Little Island, but it's all black bears.
I didn't realize that there was a brown bear versus grizzly bear.
Yeah,
I thought that they were the same.
I'm pretty sure it is due to geographical regions. They just kind of separated. And also, when you go up to Alaska for the bears, there's so much food compared to here that they just eat. Like, all they do is eat. Definitely the ones that are near the coast. Brown bear, grizzly bear, and Kodiak bear, all the same species, but are distinguished by Jesus, I'm going to say that again. Brown bear, grizzly bear, and Kodiak bear are all the same species, but are distinguished by subspecies and habitat. So it's just...
Yeah, how much food they can get and stuff.
Grizzly bears are inland brown bears in North America, typically smaller. Kodiak is in Alaska, and are the largest bears globally. Largest brown bears globally due to their rich diet of salmon and lack of predators.
So they're living it up.
Like, yeah.
So does it go...
They just look thicker.
So does it go brown bear, grizzly bear, then what's the K1 cat?
It would go, in terms of size,
Yeah.
I think it's grizzly bear's the smallest, brown bear's the middle, Kodiak is the biggest. I think Kodiak bears are giant. And they're like, there's a place called Brown Bear Lodge I follow on Instagram that you can go to, and they're just everywhere. Like, they live there. I think it's in Alaska, and a lot of photographers go there, and you can just go walk around with them, and they'll come within 20 feet of you. And they just don't care about people, because I think it's
like that.
I mean, it'd be freaky, but I think it's just they have so much food. There's so many fish. There's so much shit they can eat that they just don't. Why would they put effort into chasing some big prey when they can just put their paw on a salmon and munch it, you know? But yeah, you don't want to fuck with a bear.
No.
Size difference. Here's a little video. Oh my God.
Oh, he's massive.
Look at, so that's Kodiak, that's grizzly. Look at that thing. That is huge. Oh my God. Look at its ass. That's so scary.
Could be all fluff.
It's not just fluff. It's a lot of fluff. It's definitely a lot of fluff. But and you see videos of them running. They're so agile. They can like run up cliffs and shit. That would be so scary. You can't run away from it.
No.
My sister told me about a time she found cubs, and that's just very scary because when you find cubs as a mother, and mother's very protective, and she said she ran away from the cubs. I'm like, that's so dumb. You're not supposed to run. If you ever see a bear, you don't run, because then it thinks you're prey. You just look at it and walk away slowly backwards.
Well, I thought it was different for black bear and grizzly bear. One of them you're supposed to be dead, aren't you?
If a grizzly bear... I was about to say, but I'm talking shit.
Yeah.
Oh, I know. Black bear. Black bears are pretty skittish. Like, they don't want any... Bears in general don't want anything to do with you. Like, if you're... That's why, you know, bear bell? Like the little bells you hang on your backpack. It's because if they hear you coming, they don't want to, like, they'll just walk. They don't want anything to do with anything that makes loud noises. So when you see a black bear, you're supposed to, you know, you can say whatever you want, but a lot of people go, hey bear, like you yell, you go, hey bear, and you just keep yelling at it, and it gets skittish and runs away. Grizzly bears, I would do the same thing because I'm not 100% sure if there's a difference. But that's what I was saying about polar bears. I think polar bears, if it wants you, it's going to come get you.
I have a wild story.
Tell it.
That I heard from someone, but it's not mine.
Oh. Tell it anyways.
Tell it anyways. I can't believe, I won't say the last name, but this is Denise's story. Denise told me this story. So there was a yoga retreat where you would just go out into the forest and meditate. Mm-hmm. And then go back, and it just happened all the time. You just go out into this forest and meditate and come back. And then someone did it outside of the retreat setting, and it just became their practice of being like, oh yeah, I'm going to go into the forest. I'm going to meditate, do my sun salutations, my poses, and go back. And then just because of them, they did it like fully nude. They like went out into the forest like fully nude.
Okay.
Did their sun.
Why not? I guess, yeah.
Sun meditations, and then when they were done, there was a grizzly bear, like 2 feet away from them.
Like their eyes were closed, and they.
No, it was just watching them. Yeah, so their eyes were closed. They were done their meditation.
Yeah, but they were meditating with their eyes closed.
Yeah, and then they woke up, and there was like a grizzly bear, like 2 to 5 feet away from them. And they just stayed there for hours.
I don't think. The bear did.
Yeah, because she didn't know what to do. And every time she tried to move, the bear would like stand up on its hind legs and then it would go back down.
I believe that, honestly.
So she just stayed there and waited for hours and hours and hours until she realized that it was just going to stay there staring at her. Mm-hmm. So then she just like slowly walking away. And then it was like up on its hind legs, but it didn't move until it got enough distance where she saw her car and she just fucking sprinted to her car and locked the doors.
That'd be scary.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what else you would do. Like if they come into your campsite, I know that you're supposed to just very, very slowly get up and just like back away extremely slowly. Yeah. Like crawling, basically.
Because they can open up car doors.
Well, they could probably just bust through the window if they wanted to. They could just rip the door off.
Because I see those on Instagram all the time where someone leaves food in their car and they'll just open up the door and then they get locked in the car. So then they have to figure out how to get the bear out of their car. My
biggest fear about camping is being in the tent and a bear wanting to get into your tent. If they smell you or something. When you're walking around, because you can usually see them, and bears aren't really, not that they can't sneak up on you, but they're not really stealthy. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So if you're in a forested setting, you might hear it coming, or if you're in an open setting, like when I've gone hiking in the mountains, I'm constantly just like fucking looking around. I'm like always trying to see things, because you never know, right? And it's good to be aware of stuff. But yeah, if one does get that close to you, you just kind of let it do whatever it wants, because like you're not gonna win, whether it's running or you can't fight it. You can't Yeah. When I lived on the island, it was always I didn't care about bears. It was always mountain lions, because mountain lions
They're on the island.
The island, Vancouver Island, has the highest population density of mountain lions.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. I remember.
Are they big? Or are they like bobcats?
No, they're big. They're
because
lions.
One thing that I love about Vancouver Island is that everything's kind of mini. Like their bunnies are so small.
The deer are small. We do have elk, which are good size elk. No, they're like normal. They might be like slightly smaller. I guess I was curious.
But like, is it like a?
I don't really know why. No, they're normal. They're normal size mountain lions.
That's kind of disappointing.
There's a picture. There's a famous picture of one that was on. Let's see if I can find it here. Famous mountain lion picture, Vancouver Island. There's a stat, and I don't know how accurate the stat is. Oh, there's one that was like terrifying. But because of the density of the population there, if you are a frequent hiker or whatever, in terms of going out to the mountains and into the back bush and everything, every third time you go out and do that, a mountain lion sees you. is the stat that I heard. And you never see them. So like that's the thing with mountain lions is.
So what can you do in that situation?
So the
There's
thing
not
with,
mountain lion spray, is there?
this thing with mountain lions is if you see the mountain lion, it's probably already attacking you because they hide in trees. They climb. They're super fucking stealthy. They blend in extremely well. So if you see one, if you see one, unless it's like really fucking far away, if you see one in your general vicinity, it definitely sees you. Like it knows you're there. Whereas with a bear, if you're upwind from the bear in terms of like the wind it's not blowing its scent at you, I guess that would be downwind from the bear. It might not notice you yet. But mountain lions it's a cat. Like think about it. Like think about how stealthy a house cat is, but it's just.
But I don't really
massive.
hear about people dying from that.
Attacks from mountain lions are extremely rare because they're scared. They're it's like a skid. Like think about how skittish cats are when they don't want to be around people, right?
Yeah.
It's that. If they see you, it's effort. I don't know why. For some reason, animals don't like humans. We're just maybe it's a biological thing. Maybe they just know that we suck.
But cats love your feet. So is that where your fear comes from? You know that you have really good smelling feet. That this mountain lion...
Maybe I attract mountain lions.
Because I've never seen animals lick someone's feet more. Well, even in general. And then ever since I've met you,
maybe it's just because I let them do it. I don't. Well, it's
whenever
also,
we go to someone's house that has an animal, the first thing they do is smell your feet, and then usually they'll taste
look
it
at
a
that
bit.
fucking thing.
That's massive.
It's huge.
Did he shoot that? That's kind of sad.
You can hunt them.
No.
You can hunt them here too.
No. I love mountain lions. I think they're adorbs.
People don't like it. It's a very weird thing. We don't have to get into the whole hunting talk, but it's really weird how hunting predators is looked at more negatively than hunting prey. Like hunting a deer, everyone's like, yeah, it's a deer.
Well, because I think the predators are more
intelligent.
No, at risk of going extinct, isn't it? Like grizzlies are at risk, some bears are at risk.
Yes and no. I mean, naturally,
I don't know the risk of mountain lions, to be honest.
Naturally, there's less predators.
Yeah. So that's why I get upset about it, because I think they're already hurting enough. Why are we hurting them?
I really want to find that picture of it was of this photographer who was just kind of out hiking and they just came across it. And the mountain lion looked at it, the photographer, and it was just really scary. But anyways, yeah, there's tons of mountain lions. I remember I was hiking, or I went for a run once up Mount Benson, which is the mountain behind the Nanaimo, and somebody had their dog off leash, and it was a yellow lab or something, and I was turning a corner, and I just looked through the trees to like the corner of the trail, and I just saw a tail, like a blonde tail, just like running down the path, and I shit my pants, and then it came around the corner, and it was just a yellow lab. But I was so scared. I was terrified.
How many are there in Vancouver Island? Like, what's the stat? I'm curious. Because for some reason, I thought that they were endangered.
Here.
I thought that it was pretty... I thought it was pretty rare to see one. So Vancouver Island has an estimated cougar population between 600 and 800 animals, representing the highest concentration of cougars in North America. These solitary predators primarily hunt black-tailed deer. Yeah, so to me, that's not a lot. Like, if that's the whole world, there's only 800 of them.
That's Vancouver Island.
I know, but it says that that's its most populated place.
Vancouver Island has the estimated, highest population, 600 to 800 animals. That's a lot.
That's a lot.
That's a lot. And because they have like they have each territories too. Mm-hmm. But I remember once I was out with my buddy Kurt, Rockwoman. Have I told you about Rockwoman?
You have.
And we were rock climbing, and from the beginning we thought we were being followed by one, and through, like the whole time we were climbing, we were just hearing things. We could hear something walking around, and we never saw one. We never saw it, but we think there was one stalking us like the whole time we were hiking. I don't think like they never attack. It's very rare that you hear anybody get attacked by a mountain lion. They might defend themselves, but it's pretty rare that they're in a situation where they're backed into a corner because they can climb trees and but that's how they hunt them though. You hunt mountain lions with a dog, and the dog chases it, and it scares the mountain lion, and the mountain lion climbs a tree and you shoot it out of the tree.
No.
Yeah, that's how you. I mean, I've never done it,
hate that.
but that's how you hunt them. Yeah. Highest concentration of mountain lion. Yeah, but it's essentially it is a lion. It's a mountain lion. It's just terrifying.
They're pretty adorbs. I think they're pretty cute.
They are adorable. They're very cute, but you wouldn't want to run into one.
And it's the biggest fear as well for geologists who do field work, 'cause they're in all the mountains, and they get dropped off by helicopter on the tops of mountains, and then they get called back 4 hours later. And my dad's friend, who is still a geologist, was being played with by 2 mountain lion cubs, like all afternoon.
Played with?
Yeah, they would run up to him and bat him and like run away, but they were cubs, so they were being like kittens.
Oh.
But the entire time
he was
just trying to scare them away so that mom didn't come back soon and finish the job, kind of thing. But I'd like to think that the mom was watching from afar, being like, "Oh, they're having fun."
Yeah.
But
yeah.
But something geologists have to deal with quite a bit.
I remember on that time where I was with Rocco Man and we were climbing, I was freaked out because we kind of felt it before we started climbing, and then while he was on the wall, I was belaying him, so I was just on this rope attached to a cliff, so I can't really run away, otherwise Kurt would potentially fall. And I was just like standing on the ground. So I was just like,
and you just look like a big cat toy.
That
was like a treat tied onto the end of a rope.
I was literally bait tied to an end of a rope. I felt very
Why did
afraid.
You do it?
Well, because it's kind of like one.
Like in my mind, that's you guys being stupid.
If you are into that kind of stuff, if you're into doing anything outdoors, especially on the island, you just have to accept that when you go into those situations, that they're there. It's like surfing with sharks. Like you don't want to get attacked. You don't think about it, but they're fucking there. You're in their world. And so, yes, you might, hearing it and seeing it, all it does is make the thought of the potential worse. But that's just because you heard it. The amount of times that we've gone out and people have gone out and there's one in a tree above their head and they just didn't fucking see it. Like there's so many of them. So I think it's just acknowledging that when you go out into those situations, and there've been sightings in Victoria. Like I remember when I was there was a story about a mountain lion eating a deer in someone's backyard. Like they're all over the place. So it's just, they're there. And it just happened to be that time we think we might have been able to hear it or see it because it was a constant breaking of sticks and we could kind of hear something walking. It could have been a black bear, it could have been anything. But you also and I guess people who don't really go out into nature that often maybe don't feel this, but you get a vibe. Like you really have like a spidey sense as a person. Definitely when you kind of use it, when you go out into nature a lot and you are around animals and stuff, you just kind of you can just kind of feel that something's there. It's hard to describe. It's like it really is. It's almost like that feeling of like there's someone watching you. It's that feeling of there is something that you can't see, but it can see you.
Yeah, it's like me when I'm in a new place and the lights are all off and I can tell whether or not there's a ghost present.
Oh, so you think you're a what's that called? A medium?
Oh yeah, it's been confirmed that I am.
Oh,
spiritual.
Who confirmed it?
I'm a psychic.
Oh, wow.
Actually, a couple of them.
Was it the lady on white?
Yeah.
Wow.
Sandra confirmed
the
it.
The lady who
and
offers what does she have? She does reading. She does psychic. She does.
No, so that place does multiple things. She specializes in a few.
So you believe in ghosts then?
I feel weird things sometimes, and then people tell me that I'm that I'm psychic.
Did you eat ice cream before you felt the weird thing?
Well, because
is it your belly?
It runs in my family. That's one of my mom's funnest jokes to tell us, that we're witches. But then if you dig into it, it's kind of unsettling.
I feel like this is a whole other podcast you're starting.
Maybe. But if you dig into my history, it's true.
I told you I've been to a psychic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And everything, all the last things that Sandra have told me have panned out.
I must say, because I went into the psychic, when I went, I was very, I thought it was going to be really dumb. I went in very skeptical.
Yeah.
And I thought I was going to go in and it was going to be some room with red drapes and fucking candles. And I went in, she was super nice. And she just sat down at a table and she just started it was it was like a podcast.
Yeah.
She just started talking
kind of
to
like
me.
Therapy.
And I was like, oh, this lady she's just kind of a nice lady. She wasn't crazy. She was very normal.
Mm-hmm.
And she did the card thing. She asked me some questions. She talked about stuff. And I think that's what made it reasonable for me. Because the whole time I was like, this lady doesn't know anything about me. But she knew some weird shit. And she said a lot of things that have, to this day, been somewhat accurate.
Yeah.
So I don't know if I believe in it, but I can't explain that. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And my experience was similar.
Yeah. I don't know if I'd go back. Maybe I should go back to her, just experimental. Because I'm very skeptical, but I'm also, with most things, I'm very open. Just let's see what this is like. You know?
Yeah.
So maybe I'll go back.
I know people who see psychics regularly.
Oh, I know that.
And they, in my mind, also, I think some people love it in a sense of it's a type of therapy in a sense.
I think
getting someone else's perspective or a different perspective on your life that your brain couldn't make yourself kind of thing.
I think it's just because there are so many charlatans out there.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I feel like it can be very bad.
I think it could be a hit or miss, and I think it also depends on you.
Yeah.
Because, for example, the place that I go to, there's 20 people who work there. I would only ever see Sandra.
20?
20.
That's the thing, too, is you can't prove that you can actually do it.
No.
That's the thing.
But I think you can, go to someone, and if you have a connection with them in a sense, you're comfortable around them, what they say, you take value in.
And in my mind, the fact that there's some people out there that can, whether it's visualize or see or sense things that other people can't, I 100% believe in that. Do you know who Francis Ngannou is?
No.
Do you know who LeBron James is?
Mm-hmm.
He's not everybody else. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The fact that he exists. And you know Simone Biles?
Yeah.
The fact that LeBron James and Simone Biles exist and they're both humans, and if you stood them next to each other, she would be at his kneecaps. That's so different. To me, that's debatably more wild of a jump than to say this person can see something or tap into some frequency that other people can't. But the problem is that I can watch LeBron James dunk and I can watch Simone Biles do a triple backflip. I can't see what they're seeing. Yeah. So it's it's kind of a Santa situation, you know? Mm-hmm. But, I hope it's true because that'd be fucking cool.
It's also a faith thing. You have to believe.
But that's what I mean. It's a Santa situation. It's I feel like if you believe in it and you think it helps you, then more power to you. But the reason I think they get so much shit is because they can't prove it.
Yeah. And then one thing, and this is personally, because I believe people are talented and can do it and they're given that. And then I know some of my friends who do it for money, who just do it. And
that's
I know
the problem.
That's what pisses me off. I know a lot of people who do that as a side gig at clubs.
Yeah.
And they just do it to make a few bucks.
That is theft. That's fraud. That is theft. That's fraud.
Yeah.
That's saying I can do something that you can't do, and you're taking people's money. Mm-hmm. That is straight to jail. Straight to jail.
Straight to jail.
And I think we should end it on that.
Yeah.
Because time and...
Okay. More next time. Maybe
We'll talk about psychic
I'll
next
express
time.
the witches in my life.
Maybe we'll talk about our psychic experiences. You don't want to do that?
No, I'll do it.
Oh, it's private?
I'm curious what you'll think about it.
Well, that's why I want to talk about it.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, great. Next time, psychic experiences.
Ah, my knees!